What's going on, guys? It's Travis. I wanted to do a quick update on the beloved Hoka Kaha 3. So I've had these for about a month, and let's talk about what I reckon the conclusion is becoming with these. So first off, when you're walking around with them, they definitely are less gargantuan, less Jar Jar Binks. The heel is more refined, and when you're walking around, you do feel like you're more of a normal person and not like you're wearing, clunky Paris Hilton boots. So they're definitely more stealth than the Kaha 2s. They're kind of more like the Kaha 1s, like I talked about. They also have worn in a little better, so now they do, feel a little better. I actually have like a weird pain on the top of one of my feet just from a snowboard thing, so I can't tell how that tightness is with or without the pain, but it's not the boot's fault because the left foot does feel nice and good. I did end up going up a half size than normal, like I talked about in my full-length review, which you can watch right there, where I unbox them, give them a good test. You see them out in the wild, etc. But once you wear them more and more, they do feel better. And I do put on my Kaha 2s, and it's like, just because they're more worn in and I'm used to them more, it is like, nice, like kind of back to normal. These I still am getting used to, but in the end, again, Hoka doesn't go backwards, so I think these still are a great option. As I'm wearing them more, they are fitting better, and they do, to me, have a little less initial heel slippage because this heel comes up further and it wraps around the back of your heel a little better. So I do like that. The website does say they're heavier, but they don't feel that much heavier on foot. And because they do fit, I think, a little better around the ankle, it doesn't feel like you're carrying so much weight. Again, even though the website does say they're 20 ounces, and I believe the Kaha 2s were 16 ounces. So I still recommend them. You're not gonna be able to find the Kaha 2s anymore, so it's like, sorry to burst your bubble there. So if you want to get on the Kaha train, I think these are still like a great option, still the go-to option. I do still want to wear them more. I mean, if you get them from Hoka, they do give you like a pretty lenient return policy, so you can use that if you really need to. Like, because I know they're expensive, they're over $200. They can be up to near $300 if you don't get them on sale. I think they're $240 normally. So it's a pretty penny. And again, they're pretty much like a Hoka shoe, so they don't, to me, last as long as like just typical normal hiking boots because they have a bunch of the EVA foam right here. The Vibram soles do help them last longer, and like you can have knock-around Kahas that are gonna still perform, but they're not gonna have all the super support forever. I would say between 4 to 6 months, you're gonna have the super support, and then after that, if you wear them all the time, kind of like I do, the super support does go away a little bit. So still great to knock around, but like when you're gonna get intense and like go hardcore on your hiking or hit the beach walks like your boy's always doing, then you're gonna have to re-up. So like the price can add up, but for me, they're still like the only shoes I wear. It's hilarious that I'm already reached grandpa stage in my feet. These, and I still gotta shout out the Hoka Ora sandals. This combo is still essentially, one of these is always on my feet. So is it somewhat of a band-aid? Maybe, but like until you go full barefoot, which kind of requires learning to re-walk, I'm okay with that. Like I wear the Hoka Ora sandals all day, every day. If you want to watch that review, click right there. And they for sure fixed my plantar fasciitis. They were the only things to do that. And now that I always wear them, I don't get plantar fasciitis anymore. So that's amazing. And then in combination with when I need to like hit the trail or just go on like a nice fierce morning walk in the morning routine, I throw these on, and between these and the sandals, it's been a plantar fasciitis destructor. It has knocked it at the park. No more of that fascia pain, which is kind of the worst. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. So again, I would definitely still recommend these. They've been wearing in good. They still look brand new. The updated GoreTex lining, one thing that they did do here is like they kind of made it a little more seamless, and it's not as, to me it does feel a little more breathable, and it's kind of just a little different. The other GoreTex lining was less like kind of invisible. This, it doesn't even really look like there's GoreTex lining in here. I haven't actually done like a super waterproof test on these, so I don't know the exact waterproofness, but compared to all the other like Hoka Kahas, to me they're extremely waterproof. Like, your feet aren't getting wet. I might have worn these in the rain one time actually, now that I think about it. I can't remember, but like I think in terms of waterproofness, like they're really awesome actually. So if you need like a solid boot that's waterproof, that has the Hoka cushion, but again, like they aren't like the Bondis or other Hoka shoes. They're actually more like the Flips. They're pretty stiff, the bottom, and even though there is like cushion, it's hard to explain, but there's a good amount of support. That's the word, support. And I do wear, this is a cross promotion, I guess, the Roadrunner Max Cushion insoles, custom insoles. So these get molded at the Roadrunner shop in their machine. You can also order them online. They get sent, but if you do them in shop, they mold better and it works better. So these in the combination with this is like perfect. Without these actually aren't as good for me. So really it's like you might want to try custom insoles or any insoles with these. They do just send you the normal kind of, it's not horrible by any means. It's actually like a decent little Ortholite-esque insole, but really if you want like the max, you want to take it to the max, getting a pair of insoles is the best, like the Super Feet, etc. But I like to get the custom insoles because then you're really up in the ante. So again, I'm going to say 1 month review, size up a half size, maybe if you have to go full size, but then it's like, to me it's just crazy to go a whole full size of what you're going already. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Go up a half size from your other Hoka shoes. Give them a try. Get them straight from Hoka. Then you can actually try them without, having too much more risk. If you're a Hoka member, you even get 60 days of trial. And, don't tell Hoka I'm saying this, but you can like kind of go wear them and then see if they work. And then Hoka will make it right. Usually I'm kind of apprehensive to get the new thing and like wear it a little bit because you're going to mess it up, etc. But I clean them off good, and if they don't work, then they don't work. And Hoka is similar to REI, where they'll make it right. So I would say if you're apprehensive, go REI route or go straight from the Hoka, the source. Just so you have a decent exchange return policy to ease the worry of the expense of the boots, because they're just really expensive. So you want to like not waste your money, etc. So I would say I would give them a go. They are your only option now in the Kaha land. So if you want to join Kaha Club, join them. So, alright guys, well, I appreciate everyone for tuning in for another quick Hero's Journey Hoka Kaha 3 update. Again, if you want to watch that original Kaha 3 video, click right there. Smash the like, hit subscribe right here on your way out. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Till next time, we out. Peace.